Hello my loves, it's Liz Ann here from High Vibes Life, helping you make the rest of your life the best of your life. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So today I'm going to talk about the highly sensitive person, which I am, and which many other thousands, if not millions of people are out there in the world. And I want to talk about what it is and what it is not, and I really want to destigmatize it. So a person that is born as a highly sensitive has an acute sensitivity to stimuli about them. Whereas a person that might just be sensitive about something might just have an area in their life that they're sensitive about. And especially it differentiates from somebody that maybe had trauma or abuse in their background and they're sensitive because of that. They could have sensitivities. But usually those sensitivities are directly aligned with the type of abuse they went through. So for example, if they had a mother that was just always on them about, how they looked physically and not gaining weight, they may be very sensitive to what people think about them and about their body and about their weight. But a person that is born highly sensitive has this nervous system that is heightened, and they are sensitive all the way around. They're sensitive to mental stimuli, to physical stimuli, and to emotional stimuli. Many highly sensitive people are empathic, meaning that they absorb other people's energies very easily. So highly sensitive people are very in tune and intuitive with other people's energies, but an empath is somebody that actually feels it, like in their body. They literally feel it. I can't tell you how many times that I have had something going on in my body and then I realize it's somebody else's pain that I am empathing, that I am actually taking on. And once I realize it, it starts to go away. It's a very interesting phenomenon. When a highly sensitive person, such as myself, is born into an abusive environment, such as I was, the effects of that abuse is greatly, extremely compounded. So highly sensitive people are often stigmatized by others because they are sensitive and they do get their feelings hurt a lot more easily than other people because they're very sensitive to people's energies, to people's opinions about them. They're sensitive to people that are very insensitive. And so a lot of people think of it as it's kind of this weakness. It's like, oh, I got to walk on eggshells around this kind of person. And I want to really get rid of that whole idea and that whole stigma on the highly sensitive person, because a highly sensitive person is not weak in the least. Highly sensitive people often feel bad about themselves and feel like they are weak, and they start taking on that energy that I'm a weak person and I'm just sensitive and I need to go hide, and they take on this energy that I'm weaker than everybody else because they do so easily absorb the projections of people that see their sensitivity as a weakness. So they often start seeing themselves as being kind of weak. But that can't be farther from the truth. The fact of the matter is, highly sensitive people are fucking powerful and strong. If you took a person that's not highly sensitive and put them into the body, mind, and soul of a highly sensitive person, they wouldn't last a day. A highly sensitive person has had to acclimate and become strong in ways that somebody that's not highly sensitive cannot even fathom. It takes a great amount of strength for a highly sensitive person to navigate this world that can often be very harsh, very opinionated, very mocking, and very insensitive. Furthermore, highly sensitive people are very intuitive, they're often empathic, and they often have a lot of psychic abilities. They're usually some of the most loyal and caring individuals and some of the best friends a person can have. Highly sensitive people are also some of the most soothing healers that this world has because they are able able to feel somebody's pain, and they are able to locate exactly what they need even before the person who's going through it sometimes knows what they need. They usually thrive when they're able to aid people that have been suffering and help relieve suffering. One of the challenges that highly sensitive people have is being able to develop healthy relationships and stay out of codependent relationships, because people that are very needy are often drawn to highly sensitive people. If you know somebody that is a highly sensitive person, respect them. And if you are a highly sensitive person, I want to encourage you to respect yourself. You have an incredible gift. So I want to tell you a little bit about a highly sensitive person so you can understand them better. Or if you think that you might be a highly sensitive person, maybe you'll be able to resonate with some of this and have a little more compassion on yourself. One, highly sensitive people, because they are so highly sensitive, startle really easily. Do not sneak up on them deliberately to scare them. It is very insensitive to do that to a highly sensitive person. Sometimes you'll scare them not meaning to, but don't let them be one of your targets of little jokes of trying to scare them. Two, they need a lot of space. So don't take that personally. When I say space, I mean they need time alone so that they can regroup and recharge their batteries. Three, a highly sensitive person does not usually like to watch things that are violent or that are highly emotionally charged. Like for myself, I won't watch the news. I figure if something is really important, it'll come to me through somebody I know. They'll tell me, hey, did you hear about this? And then I can tune into it at that point. I can't watch animal rescue programs. I can't watch things that are really something that either is true story that's really sad, or that could be a true story that's really realistic, because those type of things will bother me for weeks on end. I don't easily let it go. So I have to protect my heart, and I have to protect my energy to some point. So respect that in a highly sensitive person. Don't try to push something on them that you think they would really love. If they tell you, I don't think I can deal with that, I don't think that would be something to watch, just respect that. 4, it is hard for them to regulate their emotions. So if they do get triggered, or if something does upset them, like I said, something can last for weeks in me, it can take them a long time to process that and to get back to feeling even keel or feeling better. So just give them that space and give them that time, and have that understanding that this isn't something that they're just trying to work up a drama in or something. It is literally in their central nervous system. They have a hard time self-regulating their emotions. 5, grief processing can be a lot slower and go a lot deeper with a highly sensitive person. They sometimes need a lot more time than your average person to get through grief. And they may grieve about things that many other people won't really grieve a whole lot over. 6, they need plenty of rest. So they might sleep in more, or they might like to go to bed early. And sometimes they can be prone to insomnia because they are so highly sensitive and so easily stimulated in their mind and their emotions, noises, a lot of different things can get them all stimulated. Number 7, they really need to be appreciated for their efforts. A lot of people take highly sensitive people so for granted. Because they're highly sensitive, they usually tune into people's needs and meet people's needs all constantly before the person even expresses their need. They're usually just so tuned in. When they have company, they make sure they have something to drink and that they're comfortable and that they're talking and that they're happy, and they're very, very sensitive to people's emotions, and they're always trying to fix them, and they're always trying, they can be very giving and liberal. They can even, sometimes they're the type of people that are going to give the shirt off their back, that if you say, oh, I love that in your something in their house, they'll pull it off their wall and say, here, you can have it. I've done that so many times, take it. So highly sensitive people are very liberal, they're very giving, and a lot of times people just take it for granted, and they feel that keenly. They can tell when they're being taken for granted, and when people don't see them, and when people aren't appreciating them. So do take time to say thank you, I appreciate your efforts, and let them know that they are not taken for granted in your eyes. Number 8, You cannot lie to a highly sensitive person. If they come to you and they say what's wrong and you say, oh, there's nothing wrong, they might walk away from you because they couldn't get anything out of you, but they know if you're lying. You cannot hide things like that from a highly sensitive person. You cannot be passive aggressive with them. They read right through it. They are in tune with emotions. They can tell when something is wrong. They see the slightest shift in your energy. They are so in tune. You cannot lie to a highly sensitive person, so don't even try. The best thing to do if you don't want to talk about, say, just let them know, well, yeah, something is wrong, but I'm not ready to talk about it. Number 9, a highly sensitive person easily forgives, but they rarely forget. It is hard to win the trust of a highly sensitive person, and once you lose it, you are not going to get it back. They might be nice to you because they have forgiven you, but highly sensitive people usually have a small circle of friends, and they're very careful about their choice of who they let into that circle. And once you hurt that highly sensitive person in a way that is purposeful or mean, there is an element of trust that you have broken that you will never regain. So if you value a highly sensitive person's friendship, then don't mess with them. Just be genuine. Don't ever try to play passive aggressive games with them or do things that are going to hurt them at any level. Don't talk about them behind their back. Don't smear their name. They know, I'm telling you, they know before anybody ever tells them. They can read it in your energy. They know. They might not say anything. Most of them won't say anything, but they know. So if you want to be a friend of a highly sensitive person, you need to keep their trust. It takes a long time for them to even trust you, and once you lose it, you're not going to get it back. And the last one is just to remind you that they can see right through you. So just be yourself. They are some of the easiest people to just be yourself with because they are very non-judgmental. Even if they catch themselves judging, like sometimes I catch myself being judgmental and I arrest it. I'm like, okay, that person has this right and who am I to judge and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what it is unless it's just cruelty, if it, or something like that. I try to be so open and sensitive that everybody's experience and perspective is completely unique and it might not line with mine or be like mine, or they might think totally different than me, and to be okay with that. They may act differently, everything. I try to be okay with all of it. And I see right through pretense. I see right through somebody trying to manipulate me. I see right through when somebody's trying to flirt with me. I see right through when somebody's just trying to impress me. I don't need you to do that. I love people, and highly sensitive people love people. And sometimes they seem like they're a little reserved and people think they're standoffish and maybe even a little snobbish, but that's just because they're so sensitive. They have to sometimes withdraw a little bit from larger crowds and lots of people and lots of drama. It's just too much stimuli for them. So they'll draw back. Sometimes they'll kind of cocoon away for a while and then come back out and be just real friendly again. And sometimes you'll be like, where'd they go? What happened? Where are they? And it's just simply because they are overstimulated and they need that space and they need that time. But you as a person, I'm going to tell you, they love you and they're interested in you and they feel you and they want you to be happy. So you don't need to be anything but yourself when you're around a highly sensitive person. So anyways, I'm sure there's so many more things that you can learn about highly sensitive people. It's a lot of information out there. You could Google and read more about it. But I did want to take time to make this video, especially because it came up in a conversation with one of my clients. And because I'm a highly sensitive person, and because I don't feel like I'm a weak person or I'm a person to be messed with just because I'm highly sensitive. And I wanted to break up some of the stigma around a highly sensitive person. I read some things, from reputable magazines and stuff on highly sensitive people that just make them sound like these oh, they feel so sorry for themselves and they're so touchy and blah, 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 you know. And yes, we're emotional, and yes, things can trigger us, and yes, we're sensitive. But I'm telling you, we're fucking tough. We have been through a lot, and we have come through loving people, and come through staying sweet, and come through wanting to help others. So we're not weak people. We are strong, and we are powerful, and we have gifts that help to heal the world. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. If you know anybody that could be encouraged or helped by this video, I encourage you to share it. Please leave your comments below. Let me know if you're a highly sensitive person, if this resonated with you, what your experience with highly sensitive people have been. Did you get any epiphanies about differentiating somebody that's just sensitive because of something they've been through, and somebody that's just a highly sensitive person by birth? That's part of their personality trait. Have a good day. Love you all. Bye-bye.